Good morning, everybody. My name is Margot Palms, and I'm the chair of the Upstate International Women's Group and a longtime volunteer for this wonderful organization. With me today is Christine Hofbauer, our program manager that you've seen just now, and Tracy Friese, our executive director. And many more volunteers of the Upstate are there too. Many of our committee members are here today. Thank you all for being here and sharing this on this special day. And thank you for everybody for joining our presentation today. Welcome and welcome to Upstate International Month. The whole month of March is dedicated to many international events all around the Upstate. And I'm happy that we have so many people on this Zoom call today. Everybody's eager to travel the world, get out. I see a lot of familiar faces, but also lots of new people. And if this is your first time joining one of our women's group Zoom gatherings, we hope you like it. And of course, today is a special episode, so you cannot compare this to every meeting that we have. But we hope that after today, you might consider becoming a member of Upstate International. The membership is only $50 for a year, which is a very good bargain. And that's for an individual member. It gives you access to the many language classes that we have. And you can participate in all of our women's group activities. And it's truly a lot of value for the money. You can go to our website at upstateinternational.org to sign up and become a member. Due to the current pandemic, all of our women's group gatherings are either through Zoom or are outdoor activities. And this month we have another hike coming up, which is next week, Tuesday, March 9th. And that's a special one. It will be guided by Tom Kester. He is like the genius of Conisty Nature Reserve. He knows all the ins and outs about the park. He even wrote a book about it, and he will guide us on a walk through the park next week, Tuesday. We also have two other walks, which the short one is on Thursday, March 11th, and Tuesday, March 23rd is the long walk, and you have to sign up so we know that you're coming. Let's see, Tracy, Karen, or Christine, if you have any announcement that you want to share with us today, let me see if you are there still.
I'm here.
Okay, do you have any announcement that you want to make?
Always, always. So first we want to say thank you and welcome. I'm Christine Hofbauer, the Office and Program Manager here at Upstate International. This presentation is possible today because of our Women's Group Committee that reaches out to all the wonderful people around the world. And when you see this amazing presentation coming up, Margot Pons put a lot of time together over the last several days to create this really cool slideshow. So she's going to give us some lessons here so we can keep doing this in the future. So Margot, thank you so much for all your efforts. And it's just a lot of coordination to get it going and to get our presenters and the timing and everything. So just a big thank you to Margot and our women's group.
Thank you.
Margaret talked about all those activities, but other things going on is language classes. They start the week of March 22nd. So if you're interested in learning one of 10 or 12 different languages, I'm sure we have a class here for you. If you're ever interested in teaching a class, you could be in India and teach Hindu here. We do have teachers that are outside of the country. And it's really cool that we can do them online now, as well as in-house. So if you want to teach in-house, we are always looking for really great teachers. So, and then students can sign up. They start the week of March 22nd, over 40 classes in 10 different languages.
Including English.
Yeah, English, that's right. So, and then I'll let Kim talk about the world affairs things going on. And Tracy, do you want to talk about Upstate International Month? Because we got a lot going on this month of March, including our proclamation on Thursday. So I'll pass it over to Kim and Tracy to talk about those things. But thank you everybody for being here. This is really fantastic, awesome.
Tracy or Kim?
Tracy, do you have a preference?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, well, we have an upcoming event on policing, which model, what the European model could teach us about our training here in the United States. So that'll be coming up on March 23rd. We have some excellent speakers for that discussion. And then we have an event on VR Monday, which was created by some professors here at Clemson, and it's a virtual travel program since people are unable to travel right now. We also have a travel series coming up. It starts this Thursday, and then we will have one every Thursday in March. And we will journey to different places so we can dream about traveling when we are able to do so again.
Thank you, Kim. Tracy?
Putting the phone away. Hey, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. If I haven't met you, I'm really glad to meet you via this Zoom. One thing the virtual world has most certainly taught us is to appreciate every smile we get to see. At least no masks are involved, and it's great to see your faces. Upstate International Month here, this month of March, is really a special time of year for us. The events in the month are not ours. They are a community-wide collaboration that really showcases all the beautiful cultures that make the upstate region a very special place in the Southeast. Karen has put together an amazing weekly e-blast on all the activities offered, everything from bilingual story times to cooking classes to showcases, speaker events, learning opportunities. I would really recommend, if you don't get our e-news, it's painless, comes once a week on Friday. Shoot us your email and let us sign you up to keep track of that information. One thing that we won't have this year is our normal kickoff party, but it's gonna happen. It's just gonna happen in September with International Murder Mystery at the Pyramids. So I hope you'll mark your calendars to save the date to join us then. I do want to tell you about one other exciting activity. Due to COVID, we have found the need to do some special fundraising, and we're going to hold an amazing race. Margot is in on our little team here to help get that rolling. The amazing race will take place this summer, and it's going to be a chance for teams of 4 people to compete outdoors, socially, safely distanced in a multitude of really fun competitions that stretch your mind and your body just a little bit, but really bring a lot of fun to the effort to help support our mission. And our mission is to help empower every one of you and all of the people here in the upstate to really make the upstate their home, to be successful in their lives and in business, and to feel a part of this community. So I hope you'll join us, and I appreciate the opportunity to be a part of this today. Thanks, Margo.
Thank you, Tracy. All right. Well, we are about to start our presentation, and if you can all mute your microphones, there's like a little button on the left corner on the bottom of your screen. If you can mute your microphone, so all of our presenters can do the presentation without any interruptions. Also, if you're watching this on your phones, please turn off the camera on your phone too, because last time we noticed that some people are like texting during our presentation, and all we see is this the whole time. So it can be annoying to the presenters to see waving hands continuously. And if you're fidgety and like to move around, that's fine, but just turn off your cameras. Like I have a husband and kids walking around usually during my Zoom meets, not today because I banned them to another part of the house. But if you are fidgety, want to walk around, just turn off your camera so nobody will be disturbed by that. If during the presentation you have a question, you can type it in the chat box. There's a little button on the bottom of your screen that says chat box, and you can just type it in. And at the end, when the presentation is over, we have some time to ask questions to either one presenter or to, just a general question. So we are very excited to start our trip around the world today. Everybody wants to get out and travel. March 8th is International Women's Day, and the women's group usually celebrates this with a fashion show and a fashion parade at Upstate International. We had very good intentions to do a similar event this year, but as you know, due to the current situation, we have to be creative and come up with new ideas. Therefore, the idea of our virtual trip around the world started. So we're so lucky to have so many members from all over the world who are eager and proud to show their cultures, their colors, their cuisine, and their customs. And due to our time slot, we had to limit our virtual trip to 10 countries, but you can imagine that we could have had a travel flight plan for many, many more countries. So we're very happy to be able to show you the current members, past members, and friends of members from almost every continent in the world. And I would like to thank each and every one of them for their willingness to do this for us today and all the time and effort they have put into this. We appreciate all these wonderful women and thank them all today. So I will see you at the airport after I share my screen. And hold on, because one of my timers is going off and I can't find it. Hold on. All righty, let's go ahead and share this presentation. Hold on. Bear with me 1 second as I'm trying to get my screen back. Share. There we are. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Around the World in 80 Minutes, presented by the Upstate International's Women's Group and during Upstate International Month and International Women's Day. March is Upstate International Month, and every year we celebrate this on a big scale. There's many different events going on during the whole month of March. Not all of them are at Upstate, but there's many country groups that have events going on. So go to our calendar at upstateinternational.org/calendar and you see all of our events lined up. Then this week we have a very special event going on at Upstate International. It will be the official proclamation of Upstate International Month. It was originally scheduled for last week, but due to the downpours that day, we changed it to this week. So it's this Thursday, March 4th at 2 o'clock in front of Upstate International. So everybody's welcome to come, of course, being safe and wearing masks. But we invite you all to come and wear your costumes. So it will be a very colorful presentation. So today we will travel all around the world. So we will start in Greenville and then we will go to South America. We will go to Asia. We will go to Australia. We will go to Europe. We will go to South Africa. So we have many things to do today. So it's going to be a busy, busy travel day. So here's our departures. We arrived at the airport. This is our departure list. We're already delayed a little bit. But hey, that won't keep us today. We have all the time in the world. Nobody has any plans to go anywhere else. So our first departure will be to Chile. So fasten your seatbelts, stow away your tray tables, and put your seats in the upright position. If you want to travel in coach class, you can sit on your dining room chair. If you want to sit business class, you can sit on your couch. If you want to travel in first, you can just lay down on your bed, whatever you feel comfortable. Put your microphones on mute and we're ready for takeoff. Our first country is Chile, which will be represented by Veronica Montenegro for us. She is from Chile. She has lived in several other countries as well, one of them being Holland, my home country. Now she lives in Greenville with her husband and her 2 boys. Veronica, thank you for flying with us today and for representing Chile. And I will stop sharing my screen and ask you to share yours.
Okay, well, thank you for inviting me and welcome to Chile. My name is Veronica and I'm originally from south of Santiago, from a town called Rancagua. That's where I'm originally from. It's an hour south of Santiago. This is an area full of agricultural and copper mines. I'm dressing today in national outfit. This is the gala outfit that we wear for elegant, I would say. This is the elegant outfit. And I'm gonna show you today, because I've never had the chance before, to show you handcrafts from my country. And we will start from the area where I'm from. The area where I'm from, as I said before, is an agricultural area and also copper mines. And we do a lot of handcraft related to these two things. We still are the biggest exporters of copper around the world. So we do, these are souvenirs, but this is a sample of how the copper bars come out to be shipped and exported to the rest of the world. So you can buy these little ones as souvenirs. I also have here a moai, which is from Easter Island. It's a Polynesian island that belongs to Chile. And this is a moai. It's a book stopper, is that how you say? Made of copper. Okay. Also, we have some traditional games, and I'm going to show you these leather cups. They're handmade. All right. So each of the participants have one of these cups with some dice, and you put it on the table, and everybody guesses what everybody else is getting. It's like a very home casino, I would say, because it's a guessing game. Also, the area where I'm from, there is a town called Doñihue. This one here that I wrote there. Doñihue. And Doñihue is countryside. And I'm going to show you a few things that are done in Doñihue. First, I'm going to show you the production of my Uncle Rufino. He is one of the few producers and exporters of Chacolí, which is a wine only done in Doñihue. And this will be one of his wines by my Uncle Rufino from Doñihue. You see, has a denomination of origin. Also, the area of Doñihue is very famous for doing the poncho for the male, something like this one. All right, this is really called manta or chamanto. And the women from Doñihue are the producers of this traditional part of the male outfit. As a matter of fact, when we have had official encounters of South America, presidents coming over, they always give for a present one of these chamantos from Doñihue. We also have from Doñihue, still they have the traditional producing of hats for the male. This is a handmade product done for my husband, actually, with the picture and the name of the man who still works in this type of handcraft, typical from Chile. Okay, now we're gonna move to the north of Chile where the deserts are, and we're gonna go to a town called Combarbalá. Okay, Combarbalá is famous for its stone that is called Combarbalita, and the Indians used to make household products made of stone. For example, this one is to crunch garlic. Well, I have an ashtray, but we don't smoke, made of Combarbalita stone. Okay, it's very soft. And we have, I have here candle holders made of Combarbalita. All right. Also from the central part of the country, close to Santiago, there is a town called Pomaire, which is the one that I wrote down here. And Pomaire, it's very close to Santiago. And there is this town, the whole town lives out of clay. So you go to Pomaire, you park your car, and you have tons of people just selling out of the street, on the street outside of their houses, clay. And so I have a few products. The clay is very dark. So this will be typical handcraft from Pomaire. You see, pots, and I would have bought the entire town, but unfortunately, you know, you're only allowed to carry 20 kilos in each of your luggages, so I couldn't. And from Pomaire, they sell these little piggies. They have 3 feet, and they are for good luck. But you can never buy it for yourself. You always buy it and give it to someone else for good luck. So this was given to me by one of my husband's niece that went with us to Chile. I bought one for her and she bought one for me. All right. In the back, here in the back, I hang my flag. Blanco, azul y rojo. White, blue, and red. So white is the snow from the Andes Mountains. Blue and the star are the skies in South America, or Chile in this case, and blood. Red represents the blood of many people that has died in order to get our independence. You ever want to feel welcome and have a good stay, please come to Chile. We'll be happy to host you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Veronica, for this wonderful presentation. And we all would love to travel there one day and buy all the things that you just showed us. And we need extra suitcases and extra money to bring it all back. So thank you and good luck with whatever you have going on, like schooling the kids. Veronica's like me, teaching kids at home right now, so she's busy doing other things as well. But thank you for being with us today and taking your time.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
All right. So now we will travel back to our next destination, and I will share my screen again. Hold on. Our next destination, so buckle back up and put your trays and your seats up again, because we will be traveling on a long flight all the way to Pakistan. And Rita, our dear friend and committee member, will introduce our next presenter. Rita?
We now fly to South Asia, to a country that gave birth to the youngest Nobel Prize laureate, Malala Yousafzai. Welcome to Pakistan, where Seher Agha will take you on a visual tour of the beauty of arts, crafts, and more. Born and raised in Melbourne, Australia, she studied engineering and moved to the Greater Greenville area in 2000. She lives with her husband and 2 sons and is very actively involved in the Pakistani and Indian communities here. Her hobbies, including biking, golfing, and keeping fit. She's also an avid cricket fan and follows the game with a keen eye. Here comes Seher Agha.
Hi, everybody.
Okay, hold on. Let me see. Where are you? Can
Let
you
me share my screen?
Yes, please. There you are.
Okay. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for having me. My name is Seher Agha, and as Rita said, I am born and raised in Australia, but my heritage, my parents and my culture is Pakistani. And so I am from the Islamic Republic of Pakistan. That's the full name of Pakistan. It's a country. It's at the moment, the population of Pakistan is about 212 million people, and it's one of the 5th largest, most populous countries in the world. It's bordering India, so our culture it runs parallel with India as well. And so I'd like to take you on a tour of the country today. I am from a city, a very big city. It's a port city of Karachi. And it's it's in the southern part of Pakistan. And the other bigger cities are Islamabad and Lahore. And I've made little cards here for you all to see. So I'm from Karachi. And the capital of Pakistan is Islamabad. And another big city is Lahore. So these are the main three cities that many tourists and many people visit. But recently, Pakistan has been opening up their tourism industry to the northern area where there's a lot of mountainous terrain. It's the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa Pass. That's the area of all the mountain areas of Pakistan. Is absolutely beautiful. There's snow-peak mountains, and they've just recently, maybe in the last 3 years, started building chalets and places where people can come and stay and enjoy nature. It's like turquoise blue lakes, and it's an area of Pakistan that a lot of people don't know about. And so I just wanted to share that it's recently opened for tourism, and a lot of people can visit there. Now, I want to say that in Pakistan, one of the main things that we enjoy is our clothing. This is our national garb. It's called the Pakistani Shalwar Kameez. This one is a long coat style today that I'm wearing, and it's all hand-worked. So it's been done by a lot of people in the villages of Pakistan, and the designers actually go out there. They tell them how to work the garments, and then they're constructed and stitched to fit, you know, the clients. So I just want to close up and just show you that it's just fully worked all the way down to the sleeves, all the way down. It's a long outfit. And then I wanted to show you my pants also, that, I mean, you can wear it with this outfit or you can wear it separately, but the pants in Pakistan are a big thing as well because they work the pants as well. So I don't know if you can see my pants, but there's a lot of diamante, thread, silk on these pants as well. So it's a lot of work going on. And then the jewelry is also handcrafted, and it's like uncut rose diamonds with a pearl drop. And this is a traditional outfit that we wear mainly to weddings or major cultural gala type grand functions. This is a very heavy outfit, so that's where we would make it. Now, handcrafts in Pakistan are a huge thing, not only just for garments, but also for jewelry. So I've brought out some of my fine jewelry today, just to show you all. It's a lot of 22 karat gold, as you can see. Jewelry is a very big thing in Pakistan. The craft is a huge industry. They export jewelry a lot to various different stores. And some of the detail in this is called kundan on 22 karat gold. Some of the detail is, where is it? Let me just see my screen. Give me 1 second. I hope you all can see. It's at the back of it also is colorful and it's worked, and there's a lot of detail in this style of jewelry, as are the hand. These are bangles with diamante and 22 karat yellow gold. And if you could see, it's very finely worked. So it's all handmade, it's all beautifully done. And these type of pieces, we traditionally in Pakistan are handed down from our grandparents or our parents. For our wedding day, we get these kind of nice bangles and jewelry. And I've just got a few more to show you. And as you can see, it's delicate work, and there's many styles. So you can get delicate pieces, you can get diamond pieces, you can get yellow gold. There's so much style. I mean, we literally go to Pakistan and we get so much variety that it gets difficult. These are anklets. I just want you to hear the sound of the anklets. A lot of people wear this anklet style with their Pakistani outfits or casually. So just wanted to show you, it's made in 100% silver, those anklets, and that is also a tradition. I wanted to show you what the men wear, because you can see what I'm wearing, but I just wanted to show you what the men wear, because the men also have traditional Pakistani shalwar kameez. So I just picked it out, one of my son's outfits, just for you all to see. Again, it's long, and theirs does not have a lot of work. It just has a little bit of workmanship, embroidery in the collar. And they wear it with what is called a waistcoat on top. This is something that my sons or my husband would wear for a wedding in a traditional Indian or Pakistani wedding. This is our traditional outfit for the men. And this is a beautifully constructed waistcoat that they would wear on top of the outfit that I just previously showed you. And the shoes are very interesting too. I brought some shoes to show you because they're just interesting. Can you all see that? See how different the shoes are? These are the Pakistani shoes that the men wear for weddings and things with the outfit that I just showed you. So these are a bit of the shoes that the men wear. And we have special shoes too, but I actually don't have any. I just wear heels with my formal outfit. So I just picture this outfit with some heels. Now next is my passion, which is cricket. I just love this sport. For all of you that don't know what cricket is the national sport of Pakistan. It's also the national sport of Australia. But having grown up in Australia, I would follow the Pakistani team and the Australian team. Cricket is pretty much like baseball, but you don't run bases, you run in between things called wickets. So I've just bought a cricket bat here to show you, my son's cricket bat. My son is an avid cricketer here in Greenville, and you'll be surprised that there's a lot of Greenville teams here in South Carolina, all around the state. So it's been great for him because he's really into it. But as you can see, it's a big bat, kind of like a baseball bat, but it has its own little. And what we use this for is you hit the ball, somebody will bowl it to you, you hit the ball with this bat and you run in between wickets. And so the team that makes the most runs, they call, wins the match. So that is the national sport of Pakistan. It's honestly an obsessive sport. If India and Pakistan are playing, it's like a national holiday. It's one of the best times to watch. Everybody stops their work, everything stops. If India and Pakistan are playing in a cricket match, billions of people around the world watch that game, and the rivalry, the rhetoric, it's electrifying. It's a lot of fun. So that's the sport, the national sport of Pakistan. And now the final thing I have to show you is not only do we have handcrafted shawls, you know, all these shawls that the craftsmen in Pakistan, they make. This is a fully hand-worked, detailed threadwork shawl. So this is also an industry of various different pashminas, outfit, all worked, all hand-worked. So it's probably taken someone about 1,000 hours to put together a fully worked stole, I should say. And they come in different colors, and I've got a few. These were all passed down to me by my grandmother and mother. So a lot of it is very traditional and a lot of it is very sentimental. And again, we get a lot of these things when we get married. And the last thing is, I have this urn that I think it's Pakistani, about 200 years old. And it's just, again, you can probably see the filigree work, the workmanship on, it's just a copper pot urn, but it's really antique, and it's just very interesting and very nicely worked. And this is also a Pakistani handmade urn. And that's it. That's all I had for you all today. Thank you very much for inviting me, and I hope you enjoyed this tour of Pakistan.
Thank you so much, Sarah, for joining us today and explaining us all about your beautiful dresses and accessories. And I'm sure your dress must weigh like 40 pounds with.
Yes, it does.
But thank you so much for taking the time to being with us today.
Thank you very much for having me. Bye.
Bye. All right, so we will move on to our next country, which will be, so buckle back up, we will go and travel to Uzbekistan, which is actually close to Pakistan. Uzbekistan, our next presenter is Svetlana Gudrun. She had a last minute change of plan, so she couldn't be with us today, but I'll show you. Last year we were lucky enough to have us join during the fashion show. So this is Svetlana and her husband in their traditional outfits from Uzbekistan. Svetlana currently lives in Greenville with her husband, and I will show you how beautiful her country actually is. There we go. Let's see. Okay, hold on. was amazing for such a country that we basically don't really know that much about. So I would love to go there one day, and hopefully Lana can be with us next time to explain us more about this. So let me go back to our presentation if I can find it, because it's stuck somewhere behind my screen. Hold on one second. Let me put this away and find my, bear with me one second. Okay. You see, I'll stop sharing. That will make it much easier for me. Sorry about that. So anyway, we will travel on to our next destination, which will be, let me see. Hold on, I'm having some technical difficulties here. I thought I had it all arranged, but let's see, this is not it. I'm sorry about this, guys. Where is my, oh, here. Finally, I found it. Anyway. Here. Okay, here we go. Our next destination will be we buckle back up and we will be, oh, I'm sorry. We will go and travel to India. And Rita will explain and hold on. Exit. Sorry, Rita will announce the next presenter because she's a very dear friend of Rita's. So Rita, if you can present your very dear friend.
Namaste. We have now arrived in the land of the Maharajas, the Maharanis, and the royal elephants, where Mrs. Tejdeep Kaur Menon will escort you on this virtual journey through an exotic country that I proudly call my motherland and she calls home. Tejdeep Kaur Menon is a retired senior police officer, a multi-talented woman who lives with her husband in Hyderabad. She's an ardent bird lover, a conservationist, a poet, an altruist, and last but not least, a fashionista in ethnic wear. Presenting Mrs. Tejdeep Kaur Menon.
All right, thank you, Rita, for that. So here we go. Let me present it. Hold on, exit. Where's the sound?
Welcome to India, to Hyderabad, to Tejdeep Kaur Menon, and the woman's world of saris and her beautiful home in India. What I'm wearing today is a Banarasi sari from Banaras with the
Can we have the audio, please?
Margot, we don't hear.
Can we have the audio, please? Seem to have lost the audio.
Hey, Margot, can you pause until we figure out what's happening with the sound? And Margot, you're muted.
What happened with the sound?
We don't know. We got to figure it out. I have no idea.
Okay, let me see.
Let's look around, see if we could figure out. So a lot of people lost sound, correct?
Yes.
Here now.
Encompasses, brings with it a whole lot of other.
You'll have to rewind, Margot.
Okay.
Because
Did you mute us, Margot?
I just muted myself, but I didn't mute the thing.
All right.
Yes, we got it.
Okay, everybody can hear now?
No, no.
Well, I think she's rewinding.
welcome
No.
Okay.
Hyderabad to Teesdeep Menon and the woman's work
Okay, I can hear.
Yes, I can do.
Yes, thank you.
home in India. It's the Banarasi sari from Banaras with the motif of the peacock, the Indian national bird. In fact, you will find the peacock everywhere you go in India, physically and also in different motifs. Here is mine. I'm also sitting on the jhula or the swing, which is a very, very pleasant part of an Indian home. Every Indian would love to have a jhula in their home so that they could spend good quality time on it, not only themselves, but their children and their elders. The Indian sari is over 5,000 years old. And the beauty of the sari is, it is an unstitched piece of cloth. That doesn't mean it's not relevant today. Every Indian goddess, Hindu goddess, whether the goddess of wealth or knowledge, she adorns a sari. And so does every Indian woman, whether it is a rocket scientist, a politician, or a bureaucrat going to work, long for that day when she can wear a beautiful sari. The Indian sari doesn't come alone. It encompasses, brings with it a whole lot of other Indian traditions. Because women wanted to dress and look their best on festive occasions, at important milestones. They wore with the sari their jewelries. In yesteryears, men too wore a whole lot of jewelry. They wore necklaces, bracelets, turban ornaments. They carried their swords. But today, with time, men do not wear that kind of ornaments, but women continue to do so. A lot of the ornaments that women wear are inspired, especially in South India, by the temples. What I am wearing now is, in my ears and in my neck, is temple jewelry inspired by the South Indian traditions. What I am wearing, the head ornaments, my head ornaments, are mostly inspired by the Mughals. These are and can be related to ornaments worn by women in other countries of Central Asia, including Pakistan, Afghanistan, Pakistan, Turkey, etc. Women also, because of the way they had to embellish their blouses to go with the sari, started very, very long-standing traditions of embroidery and the important motifs on their blouses and saris with improvement in weaving technology were the birds, the animals, flowers, especially elephants. You will find wherever there was royalty, there was the rapid use of the elephant motif. And that is also largely inspired by our elephant deity, Lord Ganesha. Lord Ganesha is supposed to be the remover of all obstacles. And that Lord Ganesha is an integral part of Hindu lives. In fact, large number of days are spent in the year worshipping the Lord and then immersing the idol in running water. It is so important for you to note that women in India spend a lot of time thinking about the kind of sari they would buy, the kind of jewelry they would adorn, and the kind of blouse that would accompany the sari. The sari blouse and the petticoat that holds the sari together, these concepts seem to have emerged later during the British rule. You see, we must all remember that we did not have women historians throughout the dark ages for women. We really don't know how the transition took place. But definitely there was a transition from the single vastra that women earlier wore to the three-piece ensemble that the sari is today. There is no one uniform sari in this country. There are thousands of styles, weaves, embroideries. In fact, every little human cluster has one kind of a sari. Now, for example, we have the sari from Kashmir with embroidery made by craftsmen from the snow-clad state. You can see how beautiful it is. And then this is a sari from Banaras, from the hub of silk weaving. And you can see the different kind of sari that it is. Then we have the sari which is made, the drawings are made by a pen. It's known as kalamkari. Kalamkari in Urdu means artistry with a pen. This sari depicting the floral depiction and the depiction of the deities is made with vegetable dyes and drawn with pens by an artisan. Similarly, we have the sari from the northeast, from Mizoram, Manipur, which is where the first Indian national flag was woven. And this sari is also so different in its appeal, in its texture and style. Then you have saris made, earlier made with pure gold. Queens and royalty could get them woven in pure gold, embellish them so that they had an appeal which was different from that of a common man. You can see the tree of life on the border of the sari. Then you had saris with intricate embroidery work like those from Rajasthan. This sari is with kotapatti and is fit to adorn a queen. It is not that the sari is worn only in one uniform fashion. In fact, there are 108 styles of draping a sari. You don't have to go by the traditional sari look at all. It all depends on the region the sari is worn in and the region from which it comes from. In many parts of India, the sari is a two-piece garment like in Kerala or like in Assam. In other parts, it depends on what profession or work the woman does. For example, women in rural Maharashtra have been wearing the nawari, the 9-yard sari, in a manner in which they can go about their daily tasks in the fields in a very efficient manner. Women have ridden horses on saris, with saris on. They run marathons with saris, they ride motorcycles with saris. So the sari is a very versatile garment to be worn in the fashion the woman desires to wear. It's not only a question of modesty, it's also a question of functionality. Just saw was the making of the traditional Indian sweet, the jalebi. Closest I can think of to your food is the marshmallow. Crisp on the outside and squishy and juicy inside. This is one traditional sweet which is had by all across all economic streams. The beauty of the jalebi is easy to make, easy to handle, and loved by one another.
Thank you so much for presenting that to us. This has been wonderful to see. Rita, if you can say something about her presenting this beautiful traditional saris and your costume changes and your beautiful house. It's really been amazing.
Thank you so much, Tejdeep. I actually met her virtually through a sari group that she started, initiated with a couple of other ladies. And in fact, another one is there. You saw her briefly, Venila. But Tejdeep has been at the helm of that group. And I met her virtually in 2016. And I had, she just knew as part of the group, but I was flying home when my mother was critically ill in the ICU. And when she passed away, Tejdeep, who had never met me, asked the entire group to wear black and white saris in my mother's honor. And that touched me deeply, and she touched my heart, and I made a wonderful lifetime friend. Thank you, Tejdeep, and thank you for taking the time, the effort, in spite of your busy schedule, to do this for us. Love you. And I also want to thank Seher, who's another good friend of mine, who's also so busy with helping in her husband's work and office. But today she came home from work just to change and go back to work after this. Love you both.
Thank you, Rita, and thank you for having these beautiful friends join us today and for contacting them to share this event with us. So we're on a slight delay, so we will continue our quest for our journey around the world. So here we go. Let me
Very nice presentation
for you. We will go on to our next destination. So fasten your seatbelts. We will be traveling to to Italy, where we will meet Miss Paola Rozzini, and she has been living in Greenville for a couple of years, and then she moved back in 2019. I was lucky to have her as my Italian teacher at Upstate International. And as Christine mentioned before, we have many different language classes at Upstate International. Today, she's going to take us to a journey around her little
Italian. Loved all your saris. From Padma Ganti to everyone. Padma is my friend. I've seen.
Let me see. Here we go.
Hi, Margot. Hi, everybody. I let my daughter talk because she's far better than me.
Guys, my name's Georgia, and today I'm going to show you my town. Let's go. Treviglio is a town located in the north of Italy. It's right between the two important cities, Milan and Bergamo. Here the weather in the winter is very cold, way colder than in Greenville, while the summers are very hot and humid. Our town is located in a big plain called Pianura Padana, which is very important for agriculture and livestock. Treviglio is of medieval origin, so it dates back to the 12th century. The square you see in this picture is a new modern square. It hasn't got anything to do with what we call the main square. In fact, the medieval towns, the main square is the square in front of the church and the tower clock. This is the main square with its clock tower. Next to the clock tower, there is the main church. Now we are in the pedestrian area of the town. Every medieval town in Italy has got a pedestrian area with, at the very center, a church and the town hall. This is the main street where once you could find grocery shops and bakeries. Nowadays, they've been replaced by elegant shops like shoe shops or clothes shops. Today is a Sunday, so people hang around downtown to meet with friends, to walk, to watch shop windows, and to sit in a bar to drink coffee. Here is an example of an Italian cafe that we call bar. As you can see, the floor is cobblestone, like all the pedestrian areas of the medieval towns in Italy. And as you can hear, Italians speak very loudly. Since the road is narrow, there is a big roar. This is a shoe shop. Now we are entering the main square, and on our left there is the big church. This was once in newsagents, the most famous in town. Today is used to put notices about the town. This is the main church. And here's the clock tower. Hi. This is the town hall, which in all the medieval towns in Italy is located in the main square in front of the church. We can understand that it is the town hall because there are both flags, the Italian flags and the European flag. As you can see, departing from the main square, there are rows like this one, or like the one right in front of you, or the one on the right, so here. Here we're out of the pedestrian area. In fact, you can see cars in the road. These are two examples of nice houses in town. This is the house where my mom was born.
Bye-bye, Margot. Bye-bye, everybody. I hope you enjoyed our short tour, and I want to tell you that I'm looking forward to coming back to Greenville.
Thank you, Paola. I wish we could all travel to Italy pretty soon. Her town looks beautiful, and I loved how she took us on a stroll through her town together with her daughter. So, as we are still on a slight delay, we will move on to our next destination, which will be South Africa. And today, South Africa will be presented by Mapitso Rivera. She has been a long-time member of Upstate International, and she's always colorful, beautiful, showing off beautiful costumes, her jewelry. It's amazing what she always presents to us. So today she will be presenting to us in a little video. So here we go.
Good morning, ladies. Today we are honored to represent two countries, South Africa and Lesotho. Lesotho nickname is called the Kingdom in the Sky because of the ruling of the king and the queen, Letsie. So excited today to introduce to you. A minute ago, we just received our new makoti. Makoti means a bride in Sesotho. Basotho is the people. Sesotho is the language that they speak. We speak because I'm Sotho too. And the country is called Lesotho. So welcome today to our home of Basotho. And we have today our makoti. We just finished giving her a new outfit and welcoming her into our home. So after we dress her up, we are giving her a new name that will be used from today forward. And so the name that we have just given our makoti is Mapitso, because Mapitso is a name that most of you are now familiar with. Mapitso actually is the mother to Pitso. So if you hear any name in Sesotho that say Ma something, it means the mother to somebody. So today we are giving her the name Mapitso because we are expecting her in the future that she will bear us a son, and that son will be called Pitso. So welcome, Makoti. The aunties were already here giving her the wisdom how to be a good wife and introducing her to the entire family of Basotho. So we are excited today that Makoti is here with us, and in the morning, she will wake up and she'll start cleaning the whole entire home. So with her, we give her the broom. She's using that broom and she'll be keeping the home well. She'll be keeping the home warm. She'll be keeping the home clean at all times. So Basotho women are known to be very clean, and they're very good women, and they keep their homes very well. So Makoti, while she is cleaning in the morning, she'll be singing songs like Makoti Kirinako Wachiga Chiga Makoti Wahanana. So she'll be enjoying taking care of her new home. And let's look at her. She is beautiful. She's wearing a beautiful dress that is called Sishweshwe. Sishweshwe is a material that we use as Basotho because I think it came from when you walk, it goes like shh, shh, you know, so that's a beautiful dress that she's wearing. And it has been custom made for her to fit her, you know, and to fit her beautiful body. And she's wearing her shoshet, and she is wearing also a blanket. The blanket that is called actually Siana Marena. It has different names. If you have seen the Wakanda movie, that's the blanket that actually they use. So that's a beautiful blanket for Basotho. It represents us very well. And Makoti is being given the blanket on her shoulders, you know, to honor her as a woman. And also, look at her. She is so beautiful. She's also wearing a duke at the top. And that duke actually is a symbol of honor. It's a symbol of righteousness. It's a symbol of purity, that she is going to be pure to her marriage. She's going to be loving to her in-laws, and she's going to take care of her home. So Makoti is wearing this beautiful outfit, and she is looking amazing. With her right now, she is holding Mudianyewe. It's a Basotho hat. Let me come closer so that you can see it. It's a Basotho hat. And she will wear that normally on hot days when it's hot outside, you know, to shield herself. She's wearing that beautiful Modia Nyewe. I am so excited that you had the opportunity to share with us Makoti, which is a bride. And today I'm representing Basotho, I'm representing South Africa, and I'm representing our culture. Enjoy.
Thank you, Mapitso, for this beautiful introduction to your country. I don't know if you're still here with us today, but thank you so much for taking the time to do this with your friend and showing us the colorful costume and the way they make names for people like Mapitso. I never knew that Ma stood for Ma, which is also the Dutch word for Ma, mother. So thank you for doing that today. And I hope with all of you that we can visit South Africa soon.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mapitso. And Mapitso has been with Upstate International for a very long time. So our next destination, we will be traveling to the country of Panama, and we will be joined by Nivea Toothman from beautiful Panama. Nivea has been a member of Upstate International as long as I can remember. And I'm very happy that she's here with us today to represent Panama. And I will stop sharing because we will go on to a different presentation. Nivea, do you want to do the slideshow first or do you want to do the video first?
Let's do the slideshow first. But can I say something, please? Yes. This outfit that I have is represent the Indian from my state or my province. So this is not a typical dress. And I want to show, if I can, I don't know if you can see it, but this is a picture of our typical dress. So, and we will see that, I think, in the video. So we can start with the presentation. And thank you for having me.
Okay, I will share the screen again. Hold on. 1 second. Where did Panama go? 1 second, guys, because, oh, there it is. Present. Okay. There we go. Nivea, if you can narrate the slideshow for us.
Good to see. Like I say, we want to talk about Panama, and we call it war and the heart of the universe. And it's because if we see on the second slide, on the next slide, Panama is part of Central America, and you barely can see it up here on the globe. It's in green color. So it's very, very tiny country. And Panama is bordered by Costa Rica to the west, Colombia to the south, the Caribbean Sea to the north, and the Pacific to the south. Panama, we have 10 provinces, so it's a small country. It's not like other countries that have a lot of states or province. The next slide, we were part of Colombia, and they used to call it the New Granada, which was part of Colombia, Ecuador, and Venezuela. But in 1903, Panama separated from Colombia and became a country or a republic. Our motto is Pro Mundi and Beneficio, for the benefit of the world. The capital is Panama. The population as to 2020, it was 4,314,767. Right now, we probably have gone a lot down with all this pandemic and everything like that. The area is a 75,417 kilometers. And our climate is a tropical climate, it's humid, and we have 2 seasons. We have the dry season of summer. We go from January to May. And Panama is best known by the canal, which was a man-made waterway opened in 1914. And it's linking the Caribbean Sea and the Pacific Ocean. Our flag, it has 3 colors. The white means the peace. The blue star is the purity and honesty of the life of the country. The red star is the authority and law of the country. And altogether, the star stands for the new republic. The coats of arms too have their meaning, and it have the eagle hold the motto of Panama. It's really small in there, but the eagle is holding the Pro Mundi and Benefit. And then the square that is to the left side, it have a shovel and a sword. No, I'm sorry, a sword and a gun, which that means is the liberation from the Spanish and the Colombian. And then to the right side, on the red block, is a shovel and is the tools for the agriculture, which symbolize to the use for the canal. In the middle, it have the sun and the moon first, and then you can see the 2 oceans in the middle, the Pacific and the Atlantic, and the green, it means all the land. And at the bottom, to the left, is a coin and symbolize the wealth of Panama. And then to the right side, that symbolize the progress. As all the countries, we have our national days. Next picture. We have our flower, the national flower, which says Espíritu Santo, or the Holy God. And then we have the national bird, the arpia. And they are, you know, in the forest, they usually don't, nobody touch them. You cannot cut them or anything like that. Also, on the next, we have the coins. We use the money is equal to the American dollar. So the 25 cents is 25 cents. The coins, we use both coins. We use American coin and we use the Panamanian coins too. And the paper bills, we use the American bills. We don't have, Panama doesn't have their own paper money. In the middle picture is some of the instruments, and the right side some of the instruments that we use for our typical music. So it's the accordion and the two different tambores or drums. The next thing, we have our typical hats. The next slide is our typical hats, and they are handcrafted because there is a hat made in Ecuador that they call a Panama hat, and it's all white, but this is the real Panamanian hat. They are, they have different texture of the straw that they use to build them. So this is the straw is really fine, the more expensive they're getting. I have one that I bought the last time when I was in Panama, and the cost was $65. Some of them they can get up to $200, $300. It just depends on how the straw is fine. And then we have our shoes, the typical shoes that is used by the men with the typical dresses. The next picture, I have samples of some of the food that we have. The typical sancocho is a soup, is basic with chicken, corn, yuca, and there are two other fruits that they are from Panama. In the middle is the tamal, which is made with yellow corn, and either is with chicken or with pork. It's never with beef. And then it have green olives, tomatoes, bell pepper, and the season and different season. Something typical, and you see a lot, is the fried fish with the plantain. And the other one is the arroz con pollo, or rice with chicken. And it's funny because we eat a lot of starch. So in this place, you have the rice, and then there is a potato salad with beets. And in the back is some kind of salad. And then to the left side is the ceviche, the shrimp ceviche, which is basic condiments are the shrimp that you marinate with yellow lemon. You have tomato, onions, and then you garnish with culantro. And the next picture I want to show you, they are going to be, we have three different types of Indian. This is the Nogle Gouble. They live in the, they have like in three different states they are located. And, oops.
I think we just lost Nivea's connection. Let me see if in the meanwhile I can show her a little video. So I will stop sharing her slideshow and I will go back to her video. Hold on with me 1 second. Let's see. Okay. Here.
वाली सी ना सारा खांदे नजर आ जाएगा
verde como mis montañas
Pacífico y el Caribe que se buscan cada día uniéndose en un canal. Yo soy tu cintura América, yo soy tu hermana menor y me visto de gran fiesta en noviembre tricolor. ¡Ay, yo vengo de Panamá. Tu tierra es un jovenismo que amarga la hispanidad. La pollera y el montuno salen juntos a bailar. Yo vengo de un pedacito de América en la mitad. La gente canta y sonríe y mi nombre es Panamá.
All right. Let's see if we have Nivea back. Nivea, are you back or have you?
Yes, I'm here. Sorry, I got disconnected. But thank you. Thank you very much. And hopefully we can go all together one day to Panama.
Yes, we hope so too. And thank you, Nivea, for putting together the presentation and for sharing this video with us. And I think you did it with your grandson, right?
Yes.
Yes. Well, thank him too from all of us. We all need, you know, youngsters in our life right now to deal with all the technology that we're doing. So thank you again. And I hope we will see you in Panama and you can show us your beautiful country when we're there.
Yes.
All right. So next we move on to our next destination, which will be Japan. Let me exit the screen, make it bigger. We will be traveling to Japan, where we will be represented by Mrs. Akiko Kosaka. Akiko has also been a very long time member of Upstate International and is always available to help us with galas and all those things. She has taken also, I think, all the different language classes that Upstate has to offer. Besides Japanese and English, she speaks French and German, and I think a little bit of Italian too. So she is a multilingual person, and she takes advantage of everything that Upstate has to offer. So we will be happy to share her journey to Japan today, which I will be showing too. And you have to turn up your sound because the sound in this one is a bit soft. So please turn up your volumes for a trip to Japan.
My name is Akiko. I'm from Japan. We have lots of fascinating arts in Japan. For example, ikebana, Japanese flower arrangement, or chanoyu, Japanese tea ceremony, or Japanese calligraphy. I'll show you some of them. This is Japanese flower arrangement, ikebana. And behind that, this is Japanese calligraphy. My mother was a calligraphy teacher, so she drew that. This is Japanese tea ceremony set. I'd like to explain about the history of kimono. Kimono originally means all types of clothes, so-called something to wear in Japanese. But most commonly, kimono means wafuku. Wa means Japanese, fuku means clothes, As opposite to yofuku, yo means Western. Originally, kimono was the formal undergarment for juni hitoe, 12 layers clothes. Which was the nobility's clothes in her era around 1,000 years ago. It weighs around 44 pounds, too heavy. This undergarment changes and became the formal wear in Edo era around 400 years ago. This is the undergarment of juni hitoe. Nowadays, Japanese people don't wear kimono so often because it's not active these days. People wear kimono for only special occasions like Shichiko-san, a festival for children. 7-year-old girls, 5-year-old boy, 3-year-old girls. And there is another opportunity to wear kimono. There is a big event for 20-year-old men and women. It's Seijinshiki on second Monday in January. Men and women became 20 years old before March 31st will be invited to the ceremony, which is held in their own town or city. Many of women look forward to wearing kimono. This is the nearest station of the. Then I show you Japanese beautiful kimonos. Left one is for the kimono for unmarried women. And right one is the kimono for married women. Left one's sleeves are longer than right one. Then I'd like to show you the items for kimono. This is obi. And these are zori, Japanese shoes, and tabi, Japanese socks for kimono. And there are lots of strings or cords or belts for wearing kimonos. A lot. This is the decorative cords, and this is the decorative cloth for wearing kimono. How was Japanese art? Finally, I recommend you the place to go in Japan. I recommend you to visit Kyoto, especially in winter. Kyoto is one of the very old cities in Japan, So there are lots of historical temples, shrines, and others. Kyoto is in a basin, so it's very cold in winter. But there are lots of special exhibitions in Kyoto in winter. If there is snow, you will enjoy a wonderful scenery. But there is no heaters in temples, so you have to keep warm with layered clothes. Thank you.
Thank you, Akiko. Akiko, I see you there in the little window. Thank you for making this presentation. I know it took a lot of effort for you to put it together, and we thank you for taking the time and for taking the time to be with us today. So thank you, Akiko.
Thank you, Margot.
Thank you.
Yeah, for connecting or something. Yeah, I have lots of problems with recording. So thank you for your efforts.
It all worked out and we put it together, right, Akiko?
Yeah, thank you so much. And so I'm very sorry. And the sound is too low and the volume is very low. So you cannot hear anything. So sorry about that.
That's why we have closed captioning, so people can read it.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you, Akiko. And Akiko just became a grandmother to a beautiful grandson, so she's very. All right, after Japan, we will be going on to our next destination, so bear with me. We will be traveling to China, where we will be represented by Mrs. Maili Trapazzo. Maili has also been a long-time member for as long as I can remember. Whenever I was helping with the gala, she was there too with her husband and her cute little son, who is probably by now also like 14, I think. But we're very happy and lucky to have her with us today. And I will stop sharing so Maili can share her screen. Let's see, where is Maili? Maili, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, there you are. Welcome and thank you for being with us today.
Yeah, thank you, everybody. First, I want to show my sincere respect to all the cultures everyone shared here. It's just very inspiring, and to see us living in a modern era, but still we remain our traditions so well. And that comforts me so much. And as a Chinese, and then we just had our Chinese New Year celebration, and a little bit more than half a month ago. So Chinese Spring Festival is a big festival for Chinese people. And during the Spring Festival, everyone wearing beautiful clothes. And I just want to show some of the things. And then this is like the fan, and it's embroidered, you know, two sides, and then those things, and some beautiful dress, and all kinds of dress. And so wearing new clothes is for good. But then having a Chinese New Year, and we will eat very well. So we will eat all kinds of good meals, and then we will have a tea ceremony together, and everybody would have tea, and then to talk about life and to catch up with each other. And we will make tea. Let me see if this would show better. Is that too bright? Okay, so this is 3 pieces here. So then you make tea from this one, and then you pour it out to this cup, and then you drink from this cup. So this is something like that. And then some Chinese things I just want to show you. And the Chinese people like this little Buddha and to bring us good luck for the year. And traditional Chinese clothes from this doll, you can see. That's typical for Chinese New Year. And we also have some good luck babies. Those infant babies, and they wear traditional garment. And that's a girl, and this is a boy. And the traditional teapot and the teacup. We will do paper cut, and we do paper cut, so then this is all paper cut. So to wish the Happy New Year and wish the next year to be most successful. But here today, I am going to share a video so then you all can learn how to make some Chinese dishes, and especially the dumplings. And in China, making dumplings is a big thing. So when it's a Spring Festival, all the family members, they would travel all over country. Some even travel from overseas back to China, and the whole family would gather together. And when they gather together, and then a big banquet meal would be amassed. So then we will have beautiful meals together. And the families, because the meal is so huge, you know, a big table, the preparation is long. So we always say it takes a village to prepare a meal. So then a whole family member, everyone participates, and then to make the meal happen. And I have been teaching Chinese traditional food for a long time. And this is the wontons we would make. And we also make dumplings and so many traditional dishes. And then here I'm going to share a video. And so you all can see it, and then how to make Chinese dumplings. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Miley, for showing us your presentation and for showing us how to make dumplings. Everybody
Yes,
was,
let me just close this.
like everybody was commenting in the box, like we can almost smell it. We can almost smell it.
Yeah, and then after your kitchen at Upstate International updated and then upgraded, and I never taught one there.
I know, because just after we updated it, the whole COVID thing started.
Yes.
But hopefully one day soon we will start doing that again.
Yeah, and before closing of my presentation, I would like to say something in Chinese. Wish everybody have a beautiful ox year. It's a bull year. 祝福大家在牛年身体健康，恭喜发财，幸福吉祥。谢谢你们，再见。
Thank you. The only Chinese I speak is, I think, Ni Hao from, there was like this little cartoon TV series when my kids were little, and they had like the little Ni Hao. So that's the only Chinese I speak. But thank you so much, Miley, for doing it and for taking time out of your busy day.
For your time, thank you.
Miley is also an excellent massage therapist. So if you need a massage, we can get you connected to her place. So thank you, Miley.
Thank you.
All right, so we are about to finish our trip, but we have one country left, and I'm going to share that with you, which will be, hold on, we will be traveling to, oopsie, China.
Hello everyone and welcome to my corner of the world. I'm Alex from Australia, where we speak.
Sorry, I had a little mishap. Where is my Zoom? Share.
Hello everyone and welcome to my corner of the world. I'm Alex from Australia, where we speak English, and the typical greeting is "G'day mate." Australians, or Aussies as we call ourselves, tend to be laid back and pretty friendly. Australia has great weather and beautiful beaches, and we certainly value our leisure time. Getting together with family and friends is a big part of the Australian culture, going to the beach or going for a barbecue. Australians tend to abbreviate words, so you're not going to a barbecue, you're probably going to a Barbie. Australia is known as the land down under and is located in the southern hemisphere in the South Pacific. In fact, when I travel there from Greenville, I usually allow about 24 hours door to door, and sometimes it even takes up to 30 hours for me to reach home, depending on the connections. Well, once you're there, there are many exciting and unique things to see. Australia is an island, but it's also a continent. It's roughly the same size as the United States, but it has only a population of 25 million people. So we have lots of space. But keep in mind that most people live just around the coastal regions, particularly on the East Coast, as large areas of the interior are uninhabitable as they're too dry and desert-like. Most people live in well-known cities such as Brisbane, Melbourne, and Sydney. If you have a chance to go to Australia, I sure hope you'll go to Sydney and take a ferry around its magnificent harbour. There you will have a chance to see the Opera House, which was actually designed by a young architect from Denmark. He won the International Design Contest back, I think he was only 38 years old. His name was Jorn Utzon. And perhaps after admiring the Opera House, you might get off the ferry and go over to Manly Beach and maybe eat some fish and chips. Maybe you'll have a chance to see some of the unique wildlife and hold a koala. Many of our plants, animals, and other wildlife from Australia are unique to the country and won't be found elsewhere. I'm talking about those adorable koalas, the kangaroo, the emus, and the platypus, just to name a few. Maybe if you like diving or snorkeling, you'll head up to the famous Barrier Reef, which is the world's largest coral reef system. Since Australia is an island, you can imagine there are thousands of miles of white sandy beaches to visit. But remember, wear your hat and sunscreen. The sun is very intense. There will be usually lifesavers on those popular beaches to keep an eye on you in the water, but you need to swim between the flags. If there's time, I hope you'll go to the Outback. And no, I'm not talking about the Outback restaurant here in the United States. The Outback in Australia includes that large dry area in the center of Australia. Here you can see incredible natural rock formations like Ayers Rock, which is now known as Uluru. You can ride a camel. You can learn about the history, art, and culture of the Aborigines, who are the indigenous people of Australia. You can visit beautiful Catherine Gorge in the Northern Territory. And if you travel to Australia in the wintertime, you can enjoy some skiing. You might be surprised to know that it actually snows in Australia. And you might be even more surprised to know that we usually get more snow than Switzerland. The snow is largely confined to the south and a mountainous region there. I admit that our mountains and the snowy areas are not nearly as beautiful or impressive as what you might find in the Swiss Alps, but still, they're good for some local skiing. Finally, I hope you will not leave Australia without tasting some amazing Australian pavlova. It's our national dessert, although the New Zealanders might tell you it's their dessert too. At any rate, there is an ongoing debate. We do know that it was named after the Russian ballerina Anna Pavlova when she visited Australia, I think back in the 1950s, and the dessert was created for her. There's a simple recipe on the Brown Eyed Baker's website, and you'll see how easy and impressive it is, and certainly how delicious. Basically, it's just egg whites whipped with sugar and then baked in a slow oven. So the outside's crunchy and the inside is soft and fluffy. You'll pile it high with whipped cream and berries. Is your mouth watering yet? Mm-hmm. Thank you for joining me on this virtual trip to Australia. I hope that one day you'll be able to make it there. Bye for now.
Thank you, Alex, for this presentation. And sorry that I didn't.
Hello, everyone, and welcome.
Sorry that I didn't. What? Sorry that I didn't introduce you properly. I went too fast to the next slide. But yeah, we were joined from Australia by Alex Sanchez. Alex has been in the upstate for a couple of years with her husband, who is from Colombia. And they are the most adventurous world travelers. They go on these off-road trips with only a tiny little backpack and explore the most amazing places. So we were lucky that she was here in this country today to be able to do the presentation with us. I don't know, Alex, if you're still in the meet somewhere, but thank you so much for taking the time to put the video together and for showing us your beautiful country. So then we have come to the end of our trip, and as with any airline, we were slightly delayed to get to our final destination of Greenville, our own beautiful city, where we find Upstate International, our home away from home, where we all love to be and love to gather once everything is back to normal. And I hope you will get your luggage, and I hope it all arrived in one piece, nothing is missing from it. And thank you all for traveling with us today around the world in only 80 minutes, well, slightly more than 80 minutes, but anyway, we thank you very much for being with us today, and I will stop sharing this screen so we can go to the meet and see if there were any questions. I saw like a ton of questions.
I think everybody could put their video back on and they can unmute.
Yes, if everybody can unmute and not all talk at the same time, because that will go into like a big mess, but you can put your videos back on, your microphones back on, and I will try and read quickly through the thing if there are any questions. It says, are camels native to Australia? And then Alex answered, camels are not native to Australia, but there is a large population of feral camels. They were originally brought to Australia in the 19th century to transport construction items. Oh my goodness, those poor animals. I mean, can you see them with like a block on their back? And then we have...
Well, how do you deal with a feral camel? It's not like a cat.
Then there is, I'm looking quickly through the, And if anyone has a question in the meanwhile, feel free to ask. Yeah, somebody asked for the recipe for the Chinese dumplings, so I'm sure we can get that on our website in the next couple of days. Then it says, is there traditional to use wheat-based flour, or is rice or another kind of flour more common in China? Miley, maybe you can answer that question?
Wheat flour would be the more common ones.
Okay, all right. So then, okay, then somebody asked, how much snow does Kyoto get in the winter? Akiko, can you tell us how much snow do they get? If you can unmute your microphone so we can hear you.
Akiko, you're muted. You have to unmute so we can hear you.
Okay, she is not unmuting. So we will
Akiko, we can't hear you. You have to unmute.
Okay, okay. Sorry.
Start from the beginning.
Yay,
Oh, no, you're muted again. You're muted again, Akiko. You're still muted.
Button on the left. Tell her where she finds it.
Akiko, the
Go
mute.
down to the bottom left and hit unmute. There you go. Perfect.
Okay.
You're good.
Okay, sorry. Sorry. Kyoto is not too cold like here. So, but there is no heater at the temples or shrine. So we are warming. So yeah, like I think the 32 or 35 Fahrenheit. So not too cold, but there no heater. That's the problem. At the shrine or temples, the normal house has a heater, air conditioner. If you go to visit temples, it's too cold. So.
Okay. Thank you, Akiko. Thank you. Okay, the next question is, this is a question for the ladies from India. In South Carolina, there's a strong Indian presence in the hotel or hospitality industry and having a great reputation in that arena. Is there a reason for this expertise to be so dominant in the Indian culture? Rita?
Yeah, I think all the other Indians have gone to bed, so I will answer. I think it's because the community that mostly own these businesses, hotel and inns and things like that, they belong to the business community from India, like the Jews. They're all very, very strong with the business sense of mind and very good with money and transactions and starting new ventures. And I think most of them, when they came here in the early 60s, I think they came here, and I think at that time there was still a lot of, I would say, discrimination and things like that. And even though some of them were qualified and educated, I think it was a way of starting a business to keep the home fires burning. And then it just took off because it became a family business, a family venture, and even the kids after school would join in to help them out. And that's how they all started being successful. And once word spread, everyone started, opening up motels and hotels and building up their business enterprises. But now most of the owners, very few owners, I should say, their kids have taken over the family business. They ventured out and they're doing other stuff. Yeah, they want to be on their own, not attached and tied to a business.
Indian people, when they marry, they have red dot between.
So that's what it is.
Thank you, Rita. Okay, there's another question. It says, you pronounce namaste differently from anyone here. Have we Americanized it, or what is correct?
Who's the one who asked the question? I mean, is she here? He or she?
Marcy.
Yeah, it was me, and I think it was Tarita. Instead of namaste, it was like namaste.
We say namaste.
Okay, just slightly.
Yeah, the emphasis is not on the ma. Yeah, it's like it's not namaste. So it's not, you don't stretch the R after the M out.
Okay.
So it's just a shorter, yeah, that's the way they say it in India. But I think anyone appreciates it there when you just say namaste in any shape or form. The fact that you're making an effort is very much appreciated there.
Okay, would you say it one more time, please?
Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, another question for Rita. Is there a superstar cricket player like in the US, like in baseball?
Yes, there is. Right now, he's the captain of the Indian team who just won the cricket match last weekend. It's Virat Kohli. And he married one of the Bollywood superstars like Priyanka, but, you know, similar, same, maybe a little younger than Priyanka too. And they just had their first baby about a month ago. But he's very popular, and he captained a lot of the last few successful cricket matches. He took time off to be a father. He flew back from Australia to be there with his wife for the baby, but then went back, and he's been winning all these matches. So,
oh, that's cute. Okay, there's a question for Zaire. I don't know if Zaire is still on.
Sahir, I think, had to get back to work. What was it? I mean,
it says, do Pakistani men wear jewelry as well?
Not on the normal day-to-day now. They do wear for the wedding, I think, only around their neck. Some of them just wear a little long chain, pearls or something like that.
Right.
Yeah, but it's mostly the women who wear the big danglers. And
yes.
Yeah.
That look beautiful. Okay, a question from Monique to Veronica. She would love to know and find out where we can get the wine that you showed us. I don't know if Veronica is still in.
I don't know. I think she left.
Okay. Well, we will ask her next time. Let's see. And there's another question about the climate in Chile. Okay, those are the questions from the beginning. Let me see if there's any question added to the end. Okay. I think that was about it. Okay, well, if anyone has any other questions after this, or you come up with something, you can always email us or email the Upstate. Thank you to everybody that did their presentations today, took the time to make them, took the time to put it together, took the time to send it to me, took the time to ask their friends to work with us today. It has been a wonderful trip around the world. Thank you to all our viewers who are hanging in there as we go over time in this presentation. And I guess 80 minutes around the world is not enough. We could do like 800 hours travel around the world. But thank you all for hanging in there with us. I hope you enjoyed our virtual trip around the world. And I would love to see all of you one day in a country somewhere where we could just meet on a square, like the square in Italy, or the square in Pakistan, or the square in Chile, and just have a big celebration when this is all over. So thank you all for joining me. Thank you, Rita, for asking all of your friends to, join us today, and all your representatives that came with us today. Rita has been my helper, my support group for these past few days, and my editor, my proofreader, and all of that.
I have to, go ahead and finish, and I have to say some words before you sign off.
But yeah, thank you everybody for joining us today. Thank you for going over time. I hope you will all have a wonderful rest of the day. And don't forget to check our calendar for the whole list of Upstate International events for this whole international month. Thank you.
Thank you, Margot. I want to say thank you, Margot, for being the pilot of the safe flight that landed and took off from all these different destinations. Christine, for being the co-pilot. And we've had it was, just like in the real world, it was a little rough terrain that we covered, turbulence, as we should say. But we all landed on our feet in the right places. And like normal real world times, we were a little delayed, but then we'll blame it on the flights. Right? Thank you all, and thank you for putting it together. All the
Giving
participants.
pictures of Thai clothing, traditional clothing,
All right, thank you,
what
everybody.
they would wear. at
Can I just say
weddings
really
or
fast,
things
if
like
you
that.
all loved this presentation today, I mean, it was really a collaboration of all these awesome country representatives and Rita, Margot, our IWG committee. If you loved it, if you could just do a search on the web for Upstate International and then do a Google review, it matters and we love it. So if you could take the time and do review Upstate International on Google, we would appreciate it. Ladies, you rock. You rock and roll.
Christine, I had a question. Is there some way you can save, like, maybe some of the comments from the chat and put it like a review?
I think it saves automatically.
It does? Okay, I'm just throwing that out. It was just a thought, because there are some good comments which you could use. And maybe there'll be more coming, that you can save if they come as emails or text to Margot and you or Karen or Tracy or anyone, And we can sort of...
It saved automatically, so we got them. We can use them. So go review us. And join us next time. And come to the office and visit us with a mask.
I know.
Sorry for all the technical difficulties. I had it all lined up, but there's always a glitch here and there. But I'm glad.
But that's the real world, Margot,
Right.
like I said. Right. In the travel world, it is real.
That's my sister there too, all the way from Texas visiting us.
I had friends from Dubai, Singapore, India, all signing in. So they enjoyed it. I've already got all their little comments. And,
So fantastic.
Yeah. So anyway, so maybe if this continues, Margot, we are in it for another.
Yeah, we can do a whole other trip with different countries. I mean,
or maybe we can make this as part of the international month. Apart from the live one, we can make something virtual. Maybe we'll get better with it. Practice makes perfect.
Practice makes perfect, And
annual thing.
And we're not teenagers who know every single button on their laptops. Anyway,
thank you all. Thank you.
You guys have a great day, good week.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. We'll see you on Thursday.
Thursday at 2 o'clock. All right, I will end the presentation.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.